Is it? Oh, yeah.
Get guaranteed low prices and excellent customer service at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
This is ONN. I'm Dave James on the Ohio News Network. The Ohio Department of Health reported a big increase in new COVID-19 cases in yesterday's daily report, along with 277 new hospitalizations, putting the current total hospitalized at nearly 2,100. Andrew Kinsey with ONN affiliate WBNS TV in Columbus reports.
Ohio reported more than 4,100 new cases. That's the first time we've had more than 4,000 since early February. And it's been since late January that we've had that many hospitalizations. Right now, more than 62% of all adults here in Ohio have gotten at least one shot.
More than 6 million Ohioans have gotten at least one shot. Students of the Fairfield Local School District near Hillsboro in southwest Ohio are sitting at home after just 4 days of school. Here's ONN's Tracy Townsend.
The superintendent there announced a week-long closure of schools because of the spread of multiple viruses. In a statement, the superintendent says, in 1 week, we have seen our absentee rate among students rise by 315%. The cause is due to multiple viruses. Of course, COVID is a factor, but we have rhinovirus and bronchial infections at a high rate as well. All classes and sporting events there are canceled until August 30th.
Some schools around Ohio called off classes for today or are dismissing early because of the heat. 20 schools in the Columbus district will start their school year virtually tomorrow because of the heat. I'm Dave James on the Ohio News Network.
Live and local conversation for the Ohio Valley continues shortly. Here on the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Thank you for riding with the Watchdog. Live and local, just the way you like it.
Save today on your next project with 11% off everything now at Menards. Add storage to your home and match your style with Dakota Shelving. Beautiful pre-finished shelving is a perfect storage solution, and it will enhance any living space. Right now, all Dakota Shelving is 11% off. Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Good through Saturday, August 28th. Savings are mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-362-2000, 362-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. I'm a private real estate investor who can solve your real estate problems fast for cash. Do you want to sell and just be done with it? Okay, great. I buy vacant properties, boarded up houses, pre-foreclosures, and inherited properties. I also buy apartment buildings, rental portfolios, divorce homes. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. I look forward to solving your real estate problems today. Give me a call for an all-cash offer at 614-362-2000, 614-362-2000.
A serious injury from an accident can be just the start of your worries. What if you cannot return to work? How do you take care of your family if you're disabled? At Gelner Law Offices, we represent seriously injured people and understand their problem. We know how to get you fair compensation. We will work hard to make sure you get the money you deserve for your losses. Don't go it alone. If you're hurt in an accident, call us at 304-242-2900 or visit us at gelnerlaw.com.
We'd like to help.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the watchdog trusts.
Wheeling Coin and Hobby on 10th Street in Wheeling, next to the Bridge Tavern in downtown Wheeling, wants to buy any and all unwanted gold and silver jewelry. They are paying top dollar for 10, 14, 18, and 22 karat gold plus 925 sterling silver. They also want to buy collectible coins and paper money from before 1933. Wheeling Coin and Hobby is open daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Saturday. Coin and Hobby, 304-232-8430, and add them on Facebook.
Hello, everyone, from the Watchdog. I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster. Well, look at your local weather forecast for your Wednesday. Look for partly to mostly sunny skies, a daytime high of 93, partly cloudy overnight with a low of 70 degrees. Chance of seeing a few scattered showers around for the start of your Thursday. Otherwise, clouds and sunshine mixing with temperatures in the upper 80s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
Good morning, old friends.
Hey, what are you doing here? It's not going on the air.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is?
Wake up, fairy princesses, wake up.
Guess what day it is?
Get up before I get you up.
Guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Hump day.
Woo-hoo!
This is Wednesday. She calls it over the hump day.
Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Hump day. Wednesday.
We ain't one at a time in here. They broadcast me out on the radio. We're mass communicating.
Let Wednesday begin.
Hit it!
Informing and entertaining the Valley for over 25 years. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe in the 100 Days of Summer.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, how are you, how are you? Welcome to Wednesday. Hump day, hump day, hump day. We cross over the top of the week and head down to the ever-loving weekend. Weather-wise, do you remember yesterday? Do you remember Monday? It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing today. It's going to be hot. It's going to be muggy. We're going to be near 90 for our actual temperature, and we will see feels like temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. So it is going to be a scorcher yet again today. Mixture of sun and clouds throughout the day. The sun will be earlier. Clouds might roll in a little bit more later in the day. Currently, 69 degrees, and actually the airport reading says clear, 69 and clear at the airport, 68 and some light fog here at the home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling, 68 and a light fog at the Robinson Auto Group studios downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley. It is 7:12, 12 minutes after the hour. We've got a lot to squeeze into in a couple of hours of show today. Of course, today's a Wednesday, so the legislative watchdogs will be in here to bark around from 9 until 10, and then Hoppy in at 10 o'clock. But we've got a lot to get into today. The dramatic rise in COVID rates is straining our local hospitals. ICU beds are already becoming scarce. The Delta variant is making the patients who are there sicker, faster. We'll talk to Dr. Clark Milton from WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital today, giving us a look at how the hospital is handling the pandemic now. I also like to get a sense from him, if he has one, of how this new vaccination mandate is being received by employees. You must be vaccinated or you will not have a job at WVU Medicine. Not just Wheeling Hospital, also Reynolds, which is part of that system, and indeed the entire statewide WVU Medicine system. So we'll talk with Dr. Milton coming up a little bit later on this morning. Now, Ohio County Schools, I ranted a lot about this yesterday, decided to recommend but not require masks in the schools. Different school systems are doing different school things across the state of West Virginia and across the country as the school year begins. I think today is today the first back to school day officially in Ohio County, Biff?
It might be for the high schools, but I know the grade schools, they were back Monday. Some of them were.
Okay, all right. Teddy had his official day yesterday. Official back to school yesterday. We had a good time as his official first grader. But I think I saw a thing from Kim Miller on Facebook last night. It was a little poem of some kind. 'Twas the night before back to school, and everybody was getting cool. I don't know. Anyways, throughout this week, more and more students will go back to school. I'm not sure who goes when and where. So everybody's heading back to school. This is primarily back to school week. Down in Kanawha County, they've already been in school for a while, and guess what? Kids have been there, and they're going home. Kanawha County schools are sending students in some schools home to get remote learning, at least for the rest of the week. Why? COVID cases too high. It is not in every school system around Kanawha County, but some are doing that. We are getting back to where we were a year ago. We talked yesterday. We already have a couple of football games that have had to be readjusted because of COVID. Now Kanawha County schools are sending some kids home for remote learning because of COVID. We're not taking it seriously enough. We were really, in fact, I read a piece about this yesterday. I can't remember from whom, some medical professional, who said the problem is when we had the first round of COVID early in 2020, we took it seriously. I mean, we had mask mandates. We had social distancing requirements. We all learned to wash our hands and sing happy birthday. Of course, we ended up with a complete shutdown for a while, but we took the pandemic seriously. And now we're just we're going back to the same kind of numbers we had before, but we're treating it as if it's over and done with. You know, folks who appeared before the Ohio County School Board this week said, well, I just want our kids to get back to normal. I don't want them to have to deal with all this stuff. Well, nobody does, but it's out there. We'll talk more about the Kanawha County situation a bit later on. Will the younger kids be able to get a vaccine soon? Got to look at a couple of medical experts whose informed opinions might count. They think that the younger kid vaccine could be coming soon. I'll tell you this story in a minute. Just one state, Biffy, listen to this. If you have COVID, you're required to quarantine. If you don't, 5 years in prison. Holy mackerel. Jeez. They're getting serious. I'll tell you the story coming up a bit. On the non-COVID front, the redistricting committee in West Virginia held public hearings in Wheeling last night. We'll take a look at what some of the folks who were there had to say. And Wheeling and Weirton are both in the top 10 fastest shrinking cities in America, according to the Hill newspaper. Got that story in just a second or two. So that's a bit of what I have to offer you. What do you have to offer me? Text me if you'd like to, 304-214-1600, 304-214-1600. It is the Watchdog Radio Network text line. Always happy to hear from you. The CityNet hotline open for much of the morning, 304-232-8255, and you can do that as well. Biffy, there was one little sidelight to this state story I didn't get to earlier in the week. Did you see the Jim Justice blanket the baby dog was sitting on?
Yes. It was, I think, I'm trying to think where I saw it. It might have been on Twitter or something, and I looked at it real quick and then just started shaking my head, and then I said, that's enough. I can't look at it.
It took me, people were joking about this on Twitter a couple of days ago, and it took me a while to figure out what it actually was. They said, oh my God, Jim Justice has a blanket. And it was a picture of Justice at his press desk, like when he's doing his press briefings. And I thought there was a second picture superimposed over it, because there was Jim Justice sitting in a chair with Baby Dog in his lap. And you could see there was a blankie there, and Baby Dog was in the blankie. And I thought to myself, well, it's not that big a deal, right? I mean, Baby Dog's not sitting on a blankie, so, he's sitting on the governor's lap. Then I realized that was not a superimposed picture. It was actually a blanket. The governor has a blanket with a full-size picture of himself on it. It's a full-size picture of the governor on the blanket for Baby Dog and her brothers and sisters to sit on. I guess when Jim is not around, they sit on his picture. I said sit. Sit. I said sit on his picture.
They may do the other thing on that picture.
You do the other thing there as well, but sit is what I'm talking about. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And I meant to talk about it a couple of days ago, and I just forgot. I had it sitting around as a reminder note, and I wanted to just throw it out there. The Jim Justice blankie. I'm surprised he isn't selling those. Like a Tamarack or something like that.
The sad part is some would probably buy it.
Oh, sure. I have the governor in my house. There he is right there. My dogs sit on it too. So, anyway, that's, I forgot to mention that earlier, and I thought I wanted to make sure I did that. I don't think I didn't post a picture of it. I probably should have done it on one of my social media pages, but the Jim Justice blankie. Again, it took me all day long because I'm watching the tweets, and they're all making fun of Justice for this blanket. And I honestly thought, because sometimes I think people go overboard too much, and I thought, okay, it's not that big a deal. The governor's in the chair, and he's got a blanket, and the dog's sitting on the blanket. Well, you get that. I mean, you don't want the dog to necessarily sit on it. And then I realized, no, the governor isn't in the chair. There's this giant picture of him. Giant blanket picture. The JJ Blankie is there. All right, 7:20, 20 after the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. That's a look at what I've got for you. Now, I want to get into some of this stuff right away, so we'll do it in a minute. I want to talk about, sadly, we've talked about population loss in West Virginia. We've talked about how we are among the biggest losses of population as a state in the country. And the Hill newspaper took a look at the 10 fastest shrinking cities in America. Guess who made top 10? No, guess, Biffy.
Cities. Wheeling,
yeah. Despite Mayor Elliott's effort to say, well, but our rate of shrinkage is decreasing, and I take the mayor's word for that we're decreasing at a smaller rate than we have, we are still among the 10 fastest shrinking cities in America. So is Weirton. I'll take a look at the top 10 coming up in a minute or two. It's 7:21. Let's see what Bob has to say for us this morning, starting us off on the CityNet hotline. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Howard. How are you this morning?
Let me check. All my parts are in place. How are you?
That was a pretty quick check. You need a couple more minutes there, Howard? You sure? Don't jump to conclusions.
No, let me check. I think I'm all right. I'm okay.
You think you're all right? Howard, just another thing I think that just shows how much we've changed. Because just like yourself, I've grown up getting vaccinations. Didn't have much of a choice. If I wanted to go to school, I had to be vaccinated. Now, I was too young, but I would think that my mother would have been subject to punishment if she didn't do what the government said that she had to do. She had to get me vaccinated. Right?
Right. Certainly you have to have vaccinations. You have to be vaccinated to get into school.
Right. Well, we chose to go that route. And the generation before me had to deal with polio. And, man, they were happy as hell to get the vaccination. What's the matter, Matt? What's the matter with us today that we're too good not only to get the vaccination, but to wear the mask? I mean, it's just, I don't understand. It's almost like we've been brainwashed.
Well, it is. I mean, I don't like to use that word, but it is. Look, everything has become in our world today political. I don't mean Democrats or Republicans, but
I think you're a big part of that, Howard.
It's the small p. Everything is looked through the prism of politics, it's my liberties and my rights, and you can't make me do this, and we've just reached a state, and there is, Bob, you grew up in an era, as I did, where we believed in science. If we were told that a vaccine works because it's had rigorous testing done by medical professionals and scientists, we go, well, that makes sense to me. I'm not a scientist. How do I know that? Your parents, my parents said, well, we're not scientists. How do we know this? The scientists also. So we had a lot of faith and trust in there. Faith and trust in everything, Bob, has gone away anymore. And now it's all just about causing trouble.
Well, I think that, and also, what a big fan of conspiracy thinking that I am. I think that's out there even more now because look what's on page 2. You got the UFOs were invaded again, Howard. The beginning of the summer, we talked about we don't know what to believe anymore. I mean, and that's true. But geez, if it trickles down to we're afraid to take the vaccination because one, I mean, you have a whole list, multiple choice. Is the government trying to kill us? Is the government trying to track us? Is this all a bunch of hogwash? It is cut up. I mean, chopped up through everybody's thinking. I mean, I believe our government. I mean, I don't believe we've been to the moon, but I believe in this. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bigger wackadoo than most then. Because I don't know what to believe.
Conspiracy theories used to be in a little corner over here on the side, all right? And actually, as a radio host, it was always fun sometimes to bring out the conspiracy theories and talk about them because, they're mysteries, if you will. They're weird, they're different. But we always treated them as just what they are, sort of that funny little quirky group of people over here in the corner, yourself notwithstanding. Right. But now some of this stuff has gone mainstream. That conspiracy theories have gone mainstream. You ever think maybe it's the truth? Maybe that's why it's trickled down to mainstream, Howard, because it's the damn truth. No, I don't believe for 1 minute. Because the thing about a conspiracy is if you stop and ask yourself who's doing the conspiracy and why, it usually falls apart. I asked this yesterday, for example. I saw somebody on one of my social media accounts said, I'm not getting the vaccine. That's the way they track us.
Well,
my question is, who are they and what are they tracking us for? Because if you start to ask the questions, you go, well, that doesn't make any sense. Who are they?
But Howard, you wouldn't respond if you walked by some poor soul who was homeless and was gibbering that. You wouldn't respond to that. So why respond to Facebook? Again, there's the problem. Gee whiz, anybody that believes that crap, I'm not saying it ought to be slapped because it's funny. It's not where I want to lose my temper and shake you. It's, like, what's the matter with you? Seriously. I mean, are you that big of a simpleton? And then I would move on. I wouldn't waste any more time with that person.
That's actually a really, really good point.
Howard, I've got tons of them. You need to listen to me more. And here's the last one because I know you're up against it. And I want to speak directly to the mayor on this and the shrinkage. I don't care. Let them go somewhere else. That's just more for us. Wheeling is a beautiful place, and I believe Elm Grove is the jewel of Wheeling. And you know what? Get out. If you don't like it here, go somewhere else. And the other thing that he has to take into account when he's crunching these numbers, the oil boom, the gas boom has been going on for about 10 years. A lot of those folks took off, skedaddled back to Oklahoma or Texas or wherever they came from. Hey, more for us. Don't get excited about this. If they can't see what is here, the hell with them.
I've always said that every year when these population stories come out, and all the media makes a big deal about it, we're losing population, and the latest numbers show us down X number of people, and you ask the mayor, and you ask the manager, and you ask the governor, whoever. And every year I say the same thing. I get that nobody wants to see population loss, and there is a correlation between how much federal funding you get and stuff like that. But my answer always is, if the people that you do have are happy, what difference does it make?
Absolutely. And take a ride. A lot of people are getting out of the city. A lot of people are moving out into the country. And I don't know if those numbers will justify what my brain says my eyeballs are telling my brain. But I see new homes coming up all the time in the country. Some of these people are moving out of the city. There's nothing wrong with that. They make their choice. Why get up in arms? Why get all excited? Take it easy. Wheeling's been losing population since probably I was in, grade school?
Yeah, well, it's a long time. Longer than that, certainly, yes.
Yeah, so, sometimes I think the mayor is great. I met him one time. He kind of won me over. But you can't save the world. Sometimes you just got to go with the flow. And, there's always this, we got to stop this. No, we don't. Relax a little bit. That's all I'm saying. And for those of you who are listening, if you don't like it here, go somewhere else. That's fine. Wheeling doesn't work for everybody. But get out if you don't like it. I don't want to hear anybody whining.
So
hey, have a great day. Maybe I'll see you later. How's that?
Your message is don't worry, be happy.
Well, maybe. I don't even care if you're happy. If you go be if you don't want to be happy here, go somewhere else is what I'm saying.
All right, pal. Thanks a lot. He actually, I hate to say this, about Bob. He made a couple of good points there. One of them is we empower the conspiracy theories when we react to them. And I'm as guilty as the next person. And social media has made this happen. Somebody says something on Facebook or Twitter, and then those who disagree have got to jump on and boom, 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 explain why they're wrong. Even if they're wrong, I would just let them be. His analogy is a good one. You used to see some guy on the side of the road, just muttering crazy stuff, and you would say, well, there's a guy on the side of the road muttering crazy stuff. But you wouldn't stop him and go, excuse me, Mr. Hobo, I want to talk to you about your political point of view. We would just go, no, it's a crazy person. Let them be. But now we engage, we debate, we argue, and that gives them a bigger forum. I think that's a point. And on the population thing, I've said this many, 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 many years. I understand the concern about population loss because it does have things to do with getting federal money and et cetera, that's based on your population. I mean, I get the practical side of that. But philosophically, I say to myself this, who cares how big our city or our state is? Who cares what the numbers are if the people that are here are happy? I mean, if the people who are here are happy and satisfied, we don't need to bring in more people, make it grow. It's always nice to make things grow. It's always nice, and again, if you talk about developing the city. You want younger people because the older folks will eventually die. Being older folk, I don't like to say those words out loud. The older population dies off. You need younger population. I get all of that, but my basic premise is if the people you have are happy, that's okay.
Well,
Bob brought that up.
And that's another problem, too, is the younger people are leaving. We can't keep them. Or they're just leaving the state for other opportunities because of what the job market is here.
Well, now, again, listen to what I said. If the people you have are happy, don't worry about numbers. Reality is people are not happy in a lot of cases. Young people in particular, because they can't find jobs specifically. So we are losing young people. We're not keeping them, and we're not attracting them. Now that's a different story because if you have you're absolutely right, Bev. I'm glad you brought that up because if we have a city, if everybody is happy, people are working, people are making reasonable money, people have their friends and their family around, and they can go to concerts and they can go to church and they can go buy things and all as well. But everybody isn't happy. I mean that's the thing. Everybody isn't happy. And I guess part of the need to attract younger people is to try to stimulate the economy and other things to make more people happy. So your point is very, very good. It is 7:33. Oh, let me do this shrinking story real quick, and then I'll get it off my table here. The Hill newspaper has a list of the 10 fastest shrinking cities in America. Now, is it a big deal? And Bob says, yeah, it's a big deal. It's a good point. Fastest shrinking city in America, number 1, Pine Bluff, Arkansas, southeast of Little Rock, Arkansas. Population dropped 12.5% between 2010 and the new 2020 census. So that's the number 1 fastest shrinking city in America. Followed by that is Danville, Illinois, second fastest shrinking city. Cumberland, Maryland, which is interesting to me. The Cumberland, Maryland, West Virginia area, third fastest shrinking metro. I tend to think of that when my kids lived over in that area. I thought it was doing pretty well. But that population is the third biggest drop in population. Then comes the first of our West Virginia cities, Beckley, West Virginia, dropped almost 8%. Johnstown, Pennsylvania, 7%. Charleston, West Virginia is the sixth fastest shrinking metro area in America, almost a 7% decline. Now we have to go out to New Mexico to find the next one, San Juan County, New Mexico, Decatur, Illinois, and then the final two, number 9 and number 10, the ninth fastest shrinking city, or the second to last in the top 10, Steubenville, the second to last in the top 10 fastest shrinking cities. And Wheeling, the 10th fastest shrinking city, 5.7% decline. So those are numbers from the Hill newspaper. But look at that. We've got certainly most of it are old industrial areas, Danville, Illinois,
Johnstown,
Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Then you look, West Virginia, we've got Cumberland, Beckley, Charleston, Weirton, and Wheeling. 5 of the top 10 fastest shrinking cities in America are in West Virginia. Now, does it make a difference? That's Bob's point. Think about that. I don't know. 7:35, 25 before the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. We'll head over to the news desk for an update, and then we'll check in with Zach and see what he's got to say. I've got a ton of COVID stuff I want to get to, including some talk with Dr. Clark Milton coming up from Wheeling Hospital, WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital, in just a bit. But right now, with 69 degrees at the airport, 68 here at the home studios and at the Robinson Auto Group studios, we check in with, not Metro News. Stephanie is here with Ohio Valley headlines from the Big 7.
The WTRF Channel 7 News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
Now it's
offered to meet the union to discuss the policy, but they have not accepted our invitation and, quote, we have made extensive contingency plans to ensure the adequate staffing of our facilities. And following the coronavirus in Marshall County, health officials are reporting 3 new coronavirus-related deaths. All of the victims were hospitalized at the time of their passing. The health department has also confirmed 15 new positive cases. And finally, some good news for Wheeling. Northwood Health Systems has been a key part in the Ohio Valley for nearly 50 years. They just opened a brand new state-of-the-art facility. The new clinic will offer all of the mental health and addiction services they offered at OVMC. They will also have a 16-bed crisis stabilization unit in the center to provide detoxification. Officials say they are very excited to be able to provide better care than ever before. That was a look at your headlines. Have a wonderful Wednesday, everyone.
At PNC Park, the Pirates defeated the Arizona Diamondbacks 4-2. Starter J.T. Brubaker pitched 5 scoreless innings for his first win in nearly 3 months. Brubaker allowed 4 hits with 6 strikeouts to improve to 5-13. Can the Pirates sweep the 3-game series? Just a reminder, they haven't won a series sweep this year. 0-4-9. And some good news, the Pirates have won 3 of their last 4 games. Let's talk about a couple of streaks, a winning streak and a losing streak. The New York Yankees are right now the hottest team in baseball. They beat Atlanta 5-4. That's 11 wins in a row for the Yanks. The last time they won 11 in a row, back in 1985, when the outfield included Dave Winfield, Rickey Henderson, and Ken Griffey Sr. And this is a bad streak. Can you imagine being a Baltimore Oriole season ticket holder? The O's lost again Tuesday night. That's 19 straight losses, the longest in Major League Baseball since 2005. NFL note the Steelers continue to work out in preparation for Friday night's preseason encounter against the Carolina Panthers. The Steelers unbeaten in the preseason at 3-0. I'm Bill DeFabio on sports, and we are the Watchdog.
You know, there's variety shows, and then there's, well, my variety show. I'm Bill DeFabio, and I bring you the best variety talk in the Ohio Valley, quite possibly the world. Join me from noon till 2 to talk sports, nostalgia, and hear from some of the legends of the game. You won't believe who I have on next. The Bill DeFabio Variety Show, noon till 2 on the Watchdog.
Are you or your loved ones facing a serious legal battle? The law office of Paul Harris wants you to know you aren't alone. Do you need someone that's not afraid to go to trial and fight for your rights? Attorney Paul Harris and his team are willing to go where most firms are not. The courtroom. With a successful track record in civil litigation, criminal defense, including tax issues and healthcare fraud, Harris Law Office will fight for their clients by offering the most aggressive representation in and out of court. Call Paul Harris at Harris Law Office for a free consultation. 304-232-5300.
Toyota's national sales event is happening now with savings and reliability you can count on. So check out an adventure-ready gas model RAV4 with up to $750 cash back, or a stylish 22 Corolla with up to $500 cash back, or go with a sporty Camry with up to $1,000 cash back. Visit buyatoyota.com and find a dealer near you. You can take cash back or apply to a down payment. Offers may vary for hybrid models. See your dealer for details. Offers end September 7th. Toyota, let's go places.
I'm Andrew Saul, Commissioner of Social Security. Beware of telephone scammers pretending to be government employees. Real Social Security employees will never threaten you. Callers threatening you with arrest or other legal action and demanding money are not from us. If you receive a call like this, hang up, do not provide them with any form of payment or information. Report the call at oig.ssa.gov.
Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands is the perfect place to relax after a long day. Happy hour from 3 to 6 Monday through Friday. Get $2 off appetizers, $3 off domestic drafts, and house wine specials. Quaker Steak and Lube, voted Best Wings USA. Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands with another steal of a deal. Get a steak burger and fries all day Monday for only $8.99. It's also Military Mondays. The Lube will take 25% off for all veterans, active duty military, and first responders. Quaker Steak and Lube voted Best Wings USA.
Wheeling Coin and Hobby on 10th Street in Wheeling, next to the Bridge Tavern in downtown Wheeling, wants to buy any and all unwanted gold and silver jewelry. They are paying top dollar for 10, 14, 18, and 22 karat gold plus 925 sterling silver. They also want to buy collectible coins and paper money from before 1933. Wheeling Coin and Hobby is open daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Coin and Hobby, 304-232-8430, and add them on Facebook.
Hey there, Dave Weekley here. Metro News Hotline presents what's trending in sports, music, movies, tech, television, and more from a Mountain State point of view. Renowned local and national guests pepper the daily lineup with authoritative insights and commentary on a wide variety of topics from West Virginia high school sports to the financial markets. Join the fun. Every day, Coop and I dip into irreverent discussions with calls, texts, tweets, the question of the day, and the always popular In or Out. Metro News Hotline, weekday afternoons from 3 until 5 on the Watchdog, WKKX and WVLY.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-362-2000, 362-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. I'm a private real estate investor who can solve your real estate problems fast for cash. Do you want to sell and just be done with it? Okay, great. I buy vacant properties, boarded up houses, pre-foreclosures, and inherited properties. I also buy apartment buildings, rental portfolios, divorce homes. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. I look forward to solving your real estate problems today. Give me a call for an all-cash offer at 614-362-2000, 614-362-2000.
Over the years, you've brought opioids into your home. They helped when you were in pain, and you held on to them just in case. But holding on to opioids puts your family at risk. Learn more at www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
You're never too far from the most local programming in the Ohio Valley. Find us here. AM 1600 and 1370, FM 98.1 and 97.7. We are the Watchdog. The Watchdog.
You can watch a video cast of our show every morning on Facebook Live or on our website. Plus, check archives of all of our videos on the Watchdog YouTube channel. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
If you are watching us on Facebook, I always ask you to do two things: like us and share us. You can watch on my Facebook page, on the Watchdog's Facebook page. Just hit the like button and hit the share button. Share us to your timeline, your news feed, or if you're in a news group of some kind you think might be of interest, this show might be of interest to, share it to them as well. Don't stick us in a food group or something, because then the food group people get upset. I know I do when people try and put something inappropriate into a news group. But if it's a group that you think would appreciate listening and watching to the show, please like us and then share us. We're still looking at 69 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, 68. A little bit of fog here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling, 68 at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley. And it looks like, once again, going to be, to a large extent, a repeat day today. Right, Zach Petty?
Yeah, it's much of the same, especially early on. There could be a little change later on, but early on today, it'll remind you of most of the day yesterday. Were you able to get in the pool, Howard?
No, didn't get in the pool, Teddy. It was his first day of school, and then he and his mama did some things, and my wife was out. And all right, here's the deal. My wife went out. Teddy was gone. I had the house to myself. I took a nice quiet nap. That's what I did.
That's totally acceptable. That is a very fair. You're at least able to stay cool in the AC and have peace and quiet. That is certainly more acceptable than trying to force your way into the pool. I totally agree.
It's going to be a really hot and muggy one again today, though, right?
Yeah, we're going to be flirting with 90 degrees. Yet again, the big 90, and if not upper 80s. Once again, heat index values could approach the mid-90s, especially this early afternoon, 3, 4, 5, pushing on 5 o'clock. We could see those mid-90 heat index values. So just stay hydrated if you have to be out and about later today. But it might feel a bit cooler. Cloud coverage is expected to roll in past lunch and into the evening hours with a stray shower or two starting to form over into upstate Ohio. Those could make its way down to us later on today. I'm not fully anticipating a washout, but there could be some, we'll call them feisty storms. We're no threat for severe weather right now, but a stray shower or two could pack a little bit of a punch. An isolated thunderstorm certainly not out of the question, but for a good majority of the day, especially the first half, sunshine, blue skies, abundant rays of sun. As we head into the back half, a few more clouds, increasing chance for rain late, but no washouts is expected, though.
The clouds keep on coming on as the week goes on, though, right? Will it get a little bit cloudier each day? Not cloudier,
yeah, it looks
cloudier.
Right, yeah. We'll continue to see increasing clouds throughout the rest of this work week, possibly even into the weekend, and we'll kind of get back into the pop-ups. There's pesky pop-ups scattered in nature. Not everyone sees rain. I'm sure everyone's at home's favorite word, or in the car listening to us since we're on the radio. Everyone's favorite word whenever you hear me say scattered, because it's more so he's just saying that to cover himself. And it's like, well, yes, but also no, because in terms of those pop-ups, they literally just pop up. They all the ingredients are in play, and all of a sudden you look, clear, quiet, and calm, and then the next hour, oh my goodness, look at all the rain showers that decided to fire up. Just kind of the name of the game. We have a primed atmosphere, very muggy. We're going to be staying that way for the rest of this work week, even into the weekend. High heat allowing the convection or the summertime pop-ups to return. And that starts later today and likely sticking around into the weekend.
And right now, I see a little bit of light fog here at home studio. Is there fog out there sort of in general this morning?
Yeah, very light in nature, mainly in the low-lying areas that typically see fog, Elm Grove, Bethlehem, the typical Moundsville, also coming in with some areas of fog. But it's very light. It's not anything too thick like we had Monday and Tuesday. But still, drivers, school buses are out and about, children heading back to school. Just keeping a lookout to be mindful of where you are, school safety zones, school crosswalks, and all that. Just stay attentive as you drive and head out the door early on this morning.
Kids are back in school. Labor Day is coming, so the unofficial end of summer is not too far away. Zach and Biff, both of you, how do you rate your summer? How's the summer been for you? Good summer, bad summer, indifferent summer?
I would say good summer. I mean, we've been able to get out and go golfing and have parties and everything that we got back to doing. So yeah, I'd say good.
Yeah, I'd have to agree and echo what Brother Biff said. We're able to kind of open things up, feel more so a sense of normalcy with all the festivals and fairs getting back in return. It was definitely a hot one with a lot of above average temperatures. But again, all in all, I would have to agree. It's been a good summer. Again, every year it goes by faster than you would think. I truly feel like we were just talking about Memorial Day weekend plans, Howard, in May, but now we're talking about Labor Day already, and it's like, oh, geez, where'd the time go?
I think I would agree with both of you. Look, this was not the best summer period ever. I mean, it was not world's best summer, but it was a nice summer, a good summer. We were able to get out and do things. The weather was pretty cooperative. We had some stormy days, some super hot days, and that all comes with summer. I was in the pool a few times, did a few odds and ends, got ice cream. It was a good summer. I ask you this because I've got a new survey that in front of me. 1,500 Americans were asked to rate their summer. 80% said it was a bummer summer. And, I'm sure some people may have had personal reasons for that, but I thought it was a pretty good year, and particularly coming off of the COVID year, I thought it was pretty good. 27% of the people surveyed said they'd rather have a root canal than relive this past summer.
Oh my!
I mean, that's just, I don't know.
That's
9%
dramatic,
said
I
they'd
feel.
rather feel seasick for 3 straight months than relive this summer, and 37% said they'd rather move in with their parents than relive this summer. I thought it was an okay summer. I don't know what in the world got people upset.
It sounds like they got a case of the dramatics, I tell you.
Yeah, they got a case of something. I don't know what. Here's the weirdest question this survey asked. What did the summer of 21 taste like?
Taste.
Any thoughts on that? I don't. I have no idea how to answer that question.
I guess I would say whatever you were eating or drinking a lot, and if I were to say mine would be bourbon on the weekends, that would be mine.
I like
But
well, 10% said it tasted. 10% said it tasted boozy. So
yeah,
I'd say
right in alignment with where I'm thinking.
I'd say cookout.
Yeah.
Yeah, charcoal. What's it taste like? Taste charcoal-y or grill or what? Yeah, that's a good one, Bippy.
Yeah.
21% said this summer tasted fruity. 15% said bitter. 11% said spicy. And 10% said boozy. 18% said it tasted like boredom.
Boredom. Must be eating on
sure
cardboard.
boredom's really a taste. Yeah, I don't know if it's really a taste, but I don't know what's wrong with these people. They must have gone and gotten 1,500 really just depressed and miserable people to even ask the questions of, because summer was not the best. Like I said, it's not the world's best summer. I've had many, many better summers, but it was a good summer. It was a fine summer.
They
And I
didn't
should
ask
point
the
out
Ohio
summer
Valley
is not over
residents.
yet either. What's that?
They didn't ask the Ohio Valley residents.
Yeah, that's right. They must not have come and asked us. I think we had a good time. They didn't ask people at the Italian Heritage Festival or at the Brew Fest. I think people there would have said,
Right.
Good summer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought so. I don't know. I thought it was a really weird survey. But when I think of weird surveys, I think of you two to talk about with it. So there you go.
That's good.
All right,
That's good.
Zach, I appreciate your help today. We'll do it again tomorrow. And the heat continues today, so everybody be aware of that. Treat yourself appropriately, hydrate, and all that kind of good stuff, right?
Yep.
All right, sir.
All
Thank you
right,
very
Howard.
much. We'll talk to you soon.
Yep.
Zach
Yep, see
Penny
you, bye-bye.
from the Big 7, WTRF TV, the morning meteorologist extraordinaire. Let's see. Got a text here, says the summer tasted sweet and sour. Okay. Yeah, Biffy, I like yours answer the absolute best. Tasted like barbecue, tasted like cookout.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a good way. This is just it was all miserable stuff, these people. I don't know what in the world is wrong with these people. 80% said the summer sucked. Wow. But there's still a good bit of summer left. Again, school, these are the unofficial things to look at. The beginning of school, the Labor Day weekend, are kind of the unofficial end of summer. Beginning of football. When football comes, we tend to think of summer is behind us and fall is coming. Speaking of fall, man, the leaves on the tree in my front yard are falling already.
wow, that's early, isn't it?
Very, very early. I mean, we're looking at 90-degree temperature, and I was out sitting with Teddy outside. He was swinging on his swing, which is a tree swing, and we're sitting outside. 90-degree temperatures coming down yesterday, and the leaves are falling down. That's ridiculous. Oh, well. Do I have to do a break, Biffy?
No, we are smooth sailing.
Smooth sailing. We're going to do a lot of COVID talk in the next hour. We'll kick things off with Dr. Clark Milton from WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital. I want to get a sense of what's actually happening at the hospital. Are they being overrun? Are they getting full? What are they seeing a lot of Delta variant? How serious? All that kind of stuff. We'll talk about that with Dr. Milton coming up next hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. But Biff, I alluded to this earlier. Mississippi is one of the states where there is a very high level of COVID because there is a low level of vaccination. Mississippi is one of the least vaccinated states in the country. We always are happy to have Mississippi. It tends to anchor us keep us from being at the bottom of bad lists because Mississippi is usually down there. Only about 38% of their population is fully vaccinated. We are 45, something like that. We're not doing well, but we're better than that. So here's one of the things Mississippi has come up with to try to deal with the rise of COVID that's occurring because so many people aren't vaccinated. Mississippi State Health Department has put a new rule into effect that if you contract COVID, if you are given a positive test, you must quarantine at home for 10 days or more, depending on what the doctors say. If you choose not to, 5 years in prison. Holy mackerel.
Talk about harsh.
Yes, listen, I've said recently it's time to get tough, to crack down. I think that we should have these vaccine mandates like Wheeling Hospital is doing. I think we should have mask mandates like Ohio County Schools chose not to do. I think it's time to get tough on this. And if people don't like it, it's time to say, tough, I'm sorry you don't like it. But gee, many Christmas. So in Mississippi, if you get COVID, if you're tested positive for COVID, of course you are required to quarantine or isolate. If you choose to not do that, you could face 5 years in prison. A $5,000 fine as well, but listen, I'll come up with $5,000 if I have to. I don't want to put 5 years in behind bars. A little something to think about. Dr. Clark Milton will join us coming up in the next segment of the show. What's the situation with COVID at Wheeling Hospital, WVU Medicine? We'll talk about that. And we'll talk about redistricting in West Virginia. They held a public hearing on that here in Wheeling last night, and we'll get into that before it's all over and done with. And then at 10 o'clock, it's Hoppy. Before that, it is the Watchdogs. Right now, it is news time. ABC has got all the details for us right now on the Watchdog Morning Show.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
From ABC News.